Welcome back to Movie Matchmaker. We not only review movies, but also help you discover similar movies with same plot twist. Today we take a look at American Gangster, a crime drama film directed by Ridley Scott, released in 2007. Based on the true story of Frank Lucas, played by Denzel Washington, a heroin dealer who rose to power in Harlem during the late 1960s. Lucas builds a drug empire by smuggling heroin directly from Southeast Asia into the United States, using the coffins of American soldiers killed in Vietnam. His innovative methods and ruthless business practices allow him to dominate the drug trade, becoming one of the most powerful and feared men in the criminal underworld. Meanwhile, Richie Roberts, played by Russell Crowe, an honest and determined detective, is assigned to lead a task force to bring Lucas down. Roberts faces numerous challenges, including widespread corruption within the police force and the formidable power of Lucas's organization. Roberts is depicted as a man of integrity, struggling to maintain his principles in a corrupt system. The film culminates in a tense showdown between the two men, ultimately leading to Lucas's arrest and cooperation with authorities to expose corrupt officials and fellow criminals. Here are 5 movies with similar themes to American Gangstar. First up is Scarface, released in 1983. Directed by Brian De Palma and written by Oliver Stone, follows the story of Tony Montana, played by Al Pacino, a Cuban refugee who arrives in Miami with his friend Manny Ribera, Stephen Bauer, quickly ascends from a lowly dishwasher to a powerful drug kingpin by demonstrating his ruthless ambition and unrelenting drive. After executing a drug deal for a powerful crime lord, Frank Lopez, Robert Loggia, Tony earns his place in Miami's criminal underworld. However, his ambition soon leads him to betray and overthrow Lopez, taking over his empire and girlfriend. As Tony's power grows, so does his paranoia and love for violence. He becomes increasingly erratic, alienating those around him. His excessive lifestyle and refusal to cooperate with law enforcement lead to increased scrutiny and pressure. The film's climax is a dramatic and bloody showdown at Tony's opulent mansion, where he makes a last stand against a rival cartel's assassins. Despite his tenacity and ferocity, Tony ultimately succumbs to his enemies, a tragic end to his meteoric rise in the drug trade. Second movie is Goodfellas, released in 1990, directed by Martin Scorsese, is a crime drama based on the true story of Henry Hill, played by Ray Liotta, and his life in the mob, as detailed in Nicholas Pileggi's book, Wise Guy. The film chronicles Henry's journey from his childhood fascination with the glamorous life of gangsters to his rise within the Lucchese crime family in New York. Mentored by mobsters Jimmy Conway, Robert De Niro, and Tommy DeVito, Joe Pesci, Henry quickly learns the ropes of organized crime. The trio engages in various illegal activities, including hijacking, theft, and drug trafficking, amassing wealth and influence. However, the darker side of this life soon emerges as paranoia, violence, and betrayal take their toll. Tommy's brutal and unpredictable behavior leads to his demise, while Henry's involvement in the drug trade strains his relationships and attracts the attention of law enforcement. As the FBI closes in, Henry's world unravels. Facing potential life imprisonment and fearing for his life, he decides to become an informant against his former associates. The film concludes with Henry entering the Witness Protection Program, lamenting his lost glory and the harsh reality of his choices. Third movie is Donnie Brasco, released in 1997, a crime drama directed by Mike Newell, based on the true story of Joseph D. Pistone, played by Johnny Depp, an undercover FBI agent who infiltrates the mafia in the 1970s. Pistone assumes the alias Donnie Brasco and successfully integrates himself into the Bonanno crime family. He forms a close relationship with Benjamin Lefty Ruggiero, Al Pacino, a seasoned but low-ranking mobster who becomes his mentor. As Donnie gains the trust of the mafia, he gathers crucial intelligence that could lead to significant arrests. However, the deeper he goes, the more he struggles with his dual identity and the moral dilemmas of betraying those who consider him a friend. The film explores the toll of undercover work on Donnie's personal life, his relationship with his wife and children, who endure his absence, and the constant threat of danger. Lefty, portrayed as a tragic figure, faces increasing suspicion and pressure, unaware that his protege is an undercover agent. The tension culminates as the FBI prepares to arrest key mafia figures, forcing Donnie to confront the reality of his mission and the fallout for Lefty. Pistone's undercover work leads to numerous convictions, but it comes at the cost of his friendships and the life he once knew. Fourth on the list is the Godfather series, consisting of three crime drama films directed by Francis Ford Coppola, with the first released in 1972, based on Mario Puzo's novel, is an epic crime saga that chronicles the rise and fall of the Corleone family, one of the most powerful mafia families in America. The story begins in 1945 with the aging patriarch, Vito Corleone, Marlon Brando, presiding over his daughter's wedding. Vito is a wise and respected figure, known for his judicious use of power and influence. As he navigates the challenges of maintaining his family's empire, a rival family makes an attempt on his life, signaling the start of a violent power struggle. Vito's youngest son, Michael Corleone, Al Pacino, initially detached from the family's criminal activities, is gradually drawn into the mafia world, especially after Vito is seriously wounded. As Michael becomes more involved, he orchestrates a series of strategic moves to protect and expand the Corleone empire. His transformation from a reluctant outsider to a ruthless leader is marked by calculated violence, including the famous baptism sequence where Michael orchestrates the murders of his rivals while standing as godfather to his nephew. Michael's rise to power culminates in the consolidation of his control over the family's interests, but it also leads to personal sacrifices and a loss of his moral compass. The film concludes with Michael fully embracing his role as the head of the Corleone family, a stark contrast to the idealistic war hero he once was. Last pick of today is New Jack City, released in 1991. Directed by Mario Van Peebles, is a gripping crime thriller that explores the rise and fall of Nino Brown, Wesley Snipes, a ruthless drug lord who builds a vast and deadly crack cocaine empire in New York City. Set against the backdrop of the crack epidemic in the late 1980s, the film portrays Nino as a charismatic yet cold-blooded kingpin who operates with impunity, taking over an entire apartment complex, the Carter, to use as his drug manufacturing and distribution hub. His operation grows exponentially, wreaking havoc on the community and drawing the attention of law enforcement. On the other side of the law, Scotty Appleton, Ice-T, an undercover detective with a personal vendetta against drug dealers, partners with veteran cop Nick Peretti, Judd Nelson, and recovering addict-turned-informant Pookie, Chris Rock, to bring Nino down. The task force faces numerous challenges, including internal corruption, the pervasive influence of Nino's operation, and the personal demons of its members. The film culminates in a dramatic showdown, highlighting the destructive impact of drugs on individuals and communities. If you love gangster, gripping and thought-provoking portrayal of crime and justice, driven by powerful performances, these are good picks for you. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.